who's the girl in your photo?
That would be one of my future wives. I have 4 wives.
Oh,
currently.
how old is she?
She'll be 18 when we get married.
Absolutely fucking not. You're saying that the LGBTQ is infringing upon your rights and you have a minor as your future wife and you're future marrying a minor.
That was insane.
Yeah, he claims she consented.
That's
to marry
not
him.
possible.
In the photo, because I definitely downloaded this the first time he came up on an app the other day, she looks 11 in the photo, and she's sitting on his lap.
That's fucking disgusting. He was saying that LGBT people disrupt the peace and infringe upon people's rights just by like being LGBT, and that's crazy considering he's a PDF.
Yeah, and like he said, this was going to be his 4th wife.
No, he said he has 4 wives. He said by the time he's 60, he will have 7 wives, including the girl who's on his lap, who is 15 now.
She's not 15.
Will marry him when she turns 18.
No, I just looked at the picture you sent me, Kayla. That's not a 15-year-old.
No, I know. I said in the picture she looks like about 11.
Yeah. The person I was just talking to, MJD, he was trying to debate me on like, he was trying to make the argument that being LGBTQ like means that you're infringing upon other people's rights. Yet I asked who the girl was in his profile picture, and he said it's his future wife that's under 18 right now.
Who was
engaged?
The guy that was just on panel.
Oh, I wasn't here. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. His name is.
Did she consent? And he said, yeah, she already consented.
It's this. He's still in the viewers. His name is You're Right.
Yeah, with 2 R's or 3 R's. Yeah, but like You're Right. Your Y-O-U-R spelled wrong.
Right.
Like
holy shit.
Party.
So wait, this live is about like pro-choice, pro-LGBT. Like that's what you agree with?
Oh, you let him back up.
I don't know where. I feel like I've seen
I think you guys should ask him more questions.
I feel like
I don't want to talk to a PDF, to be
You're
fair.
right. Do you have your other 2 wives picked out after the 11-year-old in your picture?
Do what now?
Do you have your other 2 wives, since you said, you have 4 and you're going to have
4
7
wives.
by the time you're 60? Do you have your other 2 wives picked out as well? Or
No, I'm already married to.
Have they been born yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
My original wife was 42. I have a 39, a 29, and a 35-year-old wife.
And how many kids do you have?
The pod is crazy.
How many kids do you have?
Yeah, I'm counting.
Counting is
counting? You don't know?
23.
Good God.
Why did you only count now?
Are we sure he's not?
I had to go through. I had to go through and see if
Yeah, do you support all of your wives and your children?
Wait, are we? I'm sorry. Are we?
Yeah,
sure
of
he's
course
not
I support
trolling?
them.
Oh,
I've heard. I mean, I don't know. Like,
I mean, even if he is trolling, this is gross to troll about. But like,
Are you LDS, like a Latter-day Saint or something?
No.
he claims
You
he's
have
some other
multiple
kinds of
wives?
Christianity.
We're a Christian sect community.
oh,
I don't know what that is. But do you have multiple wives?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Who's taking care of your 20?
And marriage is only after the age of 18.
Wait, yeah. So I have a question. You're right. You say you're a Christian, right? What do you define a Christian to be?
Somebody that follows God's principles.
Someone that would that follows the teaching of Christ, correct?
Yes.
And would you say that if someone didn't follow the teachings of Christ or advocated for something against the teaching of Christ, they wouldn't be Christian?
Wait, say the complete sentence again. What now?
Would you say that someone advocating or doing the things that are against Christianity or against what Christ would say, would you say they're a Christian?
If they go against what Christ would say,
Yeah, or they advocate for this?
Yeah, they're not Christian.
Against. Oh, so where did Christ say that it was right to have more than one wife? I thought it was just to leave the father and the mother and just become one flesh.
Yeah, and fulfill the earth, be plentiful.
no.
Yeah, with one. Wait, Be plentiful? Where is that at?
Yeah, it's. I mean, that's
I
just
was
how.
gonna say, it
think
says
it's
be
going to
fruitful
say
and
be
multiply,
fruitful.
all that stuff.
That's right.
So, are a bunch of
It
your
doesn't
wives and
say-
kids
oh, sorry.
on? Are they on food stamps?
No.
No,
I have
you
a-
support them all.
Just to give you an understanding, we have a $30,000 a month lease on a horse that my children ride.
A horse that your children ride.
Yeah.
So $30,000 a
he's
month
rich.
supports 23 kids and 4 wives and yourself.
Well, only,
No, you're not.
only
You're not
my
understanding what
children.
he's saying. He's saying he has so much money that he has enough money to spend $30,000 a month on a horse for his kids to ride. He's very wealthy. That's the point.
Well, I also I don't know. Like I'm new to Christianity, but I don't know what like sect of Christianity supports grooming minors. to make-
They're
We do
grooming?
not support
He grooms
grooming.
Yeah,
minors or something.
Yeah, Saucy, the 11-year-old in his profile picture is his
That's
15.
not. That girl's not 11. She's 15.
So that's still a child.
Neither here nor there. So you said she will be your future wife.
When
If
she
she's not
turns 18,
That's
How old
grooming.
is she in that
Yeah, that's
picture?
grooming.
That's
How
grooming.
old is she in that picture?
15.
That's strange.
That's not a 15-year-old. She doesn't even have boobs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, let's not. You know, there are some 15-year-olds that don't have boobs.
Well, yeah, but even then, like that's grooming.
Also, I don't want to talk about a 15-year-old or
Hello,
younger's
but
boobs.
the bride and the groom. Why do you think there's a name for that?
What are you even saying?
I mean, they're called the groom for a reason.
Because they groom.
That's not true. Like what? Do you think
You
that
think-
they're called the groom because they groom minors? Like what?
Yeah, you think like
Are you
Can I ask
related
this
to
guy?
any of
Can
your?
I ask
Are
this
you
guy
related to
questions?
any of your wives?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'm kind of
So
curious.
where do you get all these
Um,
girls to marry?
Well, so like
Uh,
this girl lives almost 400 miles from where we live, and through the Christian community, we
Don't call
there
it
is
that.
no so that
Continue.
there is no mixing of family. We make sure that we marry off from far away or people that are new to the Christian community.
I have a question. So how does this marriage thing work? That's your future wife, and she's 15 in the picture.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like, do you talk to her or something?
No, so I will have no communication only because she's so far away until she's 18.
We had communication with.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Well, yeah,
was
like
the first time we met right there.
Okay, so like you met your future wife when she was 15. I'm kind of curious why.
Because when all the females turn 11 years old, they are instructed on who they will meet when they're 15 for the marriage of at 18.
11.
Okay, so like the way it works for you is at
Did you say
11
11?
they're told
Yeah,
something.
at 11
what are
they're
they told
told-
at 11?
Yeah, at 11 they start learning how to become a wife, a future wife. They start learning
Okay.
what it takes to be a wife.
Is
And
this
then
in
at
the
15
United States of America,
Tiff,
sir?
It sounds
Tiff,
gross.
no, Tiff, stop.
At
I'm
15
just
they learn
asking.
No, stop. Continue.
at 15 they learn their future, who their future husband will be. And of course
Okay,
they
and
do
then
have
from
a-
15
they
to
do have a
18, what
partial-
happens?
They do have a partial say of yes or no. If it is a no, then over the next 3 to 4 years, there is the quote grooming aspect of in trying to convince them.
Wait. can I
Okay,
ask
so
a
like if
question?
she
Convince them?
says no, everybody stop.
Wait, I have a
Everybody
really
stop.
important question, Saucy.
No, beans, wait.
Saucy, seriously, I have a question.
No, this is what my question is significantly more important.
You
So
don't
if
know
she
that,
says
Saucy.
no,
Saucy, you
no,
don't
I
know that.
definitely do.
Wait,
So
Saucy,
if at
stop.
15 she decides that she doesn't want to get married to this person, for the next 3 years they convince her. What methods do they use?
Well, I mean, so like I've never run across it. I mean, that would come from the wives to help with the daughter.
Yeah, like what methods would they use is my question.
Yeah,
How
I
would
mean
they convince her?
that's something that I don't really have the answer to.
Oh, okay. Like, wait, have they ever failed to convince someone, and what happens if they fail? Like, let's just say for the entire time they just
No.
decide,
Can I
they've
please
never
ask
failed
you-
to convince someone.
Correct, because it's looked down upon in the community.
No, I understand that, but let's just say there's one with an especially strong spirit. She's just really not interested.
Yeah, well, a lot of times like that, then the children tend to run off right before, if that's the case.
Mm.
Which
What if they
we've
don't
heard
though? What
about,
if they just?
very, very, very rare.
What if they don't run off?
I mean, then
What
they
happens then?
want to stick in the community and they follow the rules.
Okay.
All right, okay, so like if
Or
they,
they become
actually, I'm curious, if they run off, do you like go
Or
after
they
them, or do
become
you just kind of let
hypnotized.
them go?
They follow.
His wives come from like poor communities or poor families.
No, we're actually, most of us are pretty well to do.
Well, no, I'm not asking if you are. I'm asking if the wives are.
Yeah, they're pretty well to do. I mean, they're cared for like you
No,
wouldn't believe.
prior to getting married, I'm asking if these children that are then being influenced to marry adults prior to being groomed. Whoever's following him is crazy, by the way.
Bro's a weirdo.
Prior to being
David, you have
groomed,
background noise. I'm muting you.
prior to being groomed into marrying you, or whoever else they're being groomed into marrying, are they like from well-off families, or do they not
Yeah.
have a lot of money?
No, they're from well-off families.
I don't know that I believe that.
I don't believe it.
I think that it's trafficking, and I think that it's grooming for sure.
It's not trafficking.
No, look, let's just assume, for sake of argument, they're all from well-off families. Let's just assume that. I don't think there's too much issue with doing that for the time being. So yeah, these women are from well-off families. At 11, they start their wife training, and then at 15, they meet their future husbands. And if they decide they don't want to get married to them, they have until 18 to be convinced.
That's
quote
fucking
unquote.
disgusting.
And
Sauce.
if they don't run away, stop, David, shut up. And then if by the time they're 18, they don't decide to be with the husband, if they don't run off by then, they get hypnotized. That's what you said, just to be very clear.
Hypnotized?
Yeah, hypnotized. Just so we're very
Is
clear
that what he
on
said?
what happens. Yeah, that is what he said. So I just want to be very clear on the process here. At 11, they start wife training. At 15, they meet their future husband. Presumably a man who's much older than them, at least, judging by that picture. And then from 15 to 18,
I mean,
if they don't
a
want to
little
get
bit,
married to that man.
sometimes a lot.
Yeah. And then if at 15 they decide they don't want to get married, they have until 18 to be convinced. And if they're not convinced by 18, if they don't run away, they get hypnotized. That's all
Yeah,
true,
so-
right? I'm not missing
The
anything.
father is the one that decides who the daughter will marry.
Yeah. I just want to be sure I'm clear on the process here. So, like, if at 18 they don't run away, if they say no, they get hypnotized. I just want to be clear.
Correct.
How does the father decide who?
No,
she's
wait,
gonna
Kayla. No.
marry?
Look, Kayla, if you're talking, you can't answer the question about being hypnotized. I just want to be clear.
Yeah, it's very rare that somebody needs to be hypnotized.
Oh, yeah, but they do get hypnotized if they don't run away after they say no.
Correct.
If they run away, do you guys, like, go after them or something?
No, we kind of disown them.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
just curious.
So,
Age is the typical, what age? So I assume the women get married at 18, right? That's usually when the wedding is, like around the 18th birthday.
yes.
Okay. How old are the men they typically marry? Just out of curiosity.
At least double their age, if not,
Okay.
in the 40s or 50s.
Why are we listening?
Okay. So
Yeah,
at
what
least
happens to
like
the- What happens
let's-
to the
let's-
young
And the reason
boys?
being, let me explain the reason being is because a 19-year-old is still very much need to be learned, and that's why a 35 or a 40-year-old husband will take on an 18-year-old wife because he can still teach her after she is legally an adult.
No, he's a fucking predator. That's why he takes over.
Okay, so I'm just, hey David, let's just calm down there, bud. Let's calm
I'm
down.
not gonna actually calm down.
Um,
Like the fuck.
Yeah, David, you need to learn to like control yourself. So what typically happens in these
I'm gonna
marriages?
control Saucy.
How do husbands usually conduct themselves with their wives?
Yeah, so one thing that you'll find that is like very weird about us is we only do smecks for the birthing of a child. In other words, there is no oral copulation. There is no.
I'm not interested in that. Okay, I don't really want to talk about that.
Yeah, but
I'm more interested in how like you conduct yourselves non-sexually. Let's not talk about that.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, You know, the women help raise the children and keep the house in order, and the men do the finances.
Okay, yeah.
Can you
How do
hear
you guys
me?
like handle? Let's say there's someone in the community who's like mistreating their wife. Maybe they beat them or something. How do you guys handle that?
We've never come across that.
Let's say you did.
Yeah, then they would be kicked out of the community.
Okay, what happens to their wife?
I mean, I've heard where women will, like, say the husband has gone to jail or was an adulterous husband, or something like that. Then they are immediately exiled from the community. And if the women decide to stick around, then another husband will have to accept them in as either a wife or as a godmother, in which then they have the duties of help raising the children, but they are looked after financially and supported financially.
Okay. I'm kind of curious. Are these communities like neighborhoods? Like, they are neighborhoods. You guys all like live around each other and have a community like that, or what does
So
it work like?
we have an area where we live where the average person has 4 to 5 acres of land, and we're in a community where only a few of us are not a member of the church.
Okay. Is this kind of like an isolated community, I'd imagine?
Yes.
Wait, what happens
Oh,
to
okay.
the young
That
boys?
makes sense.
What
How do they
happens-
run away?
Wait, can
What's
I
If
ask
it's
a question?
isolated.
No, I mean, you can come and go.
What
not like-
happens?
Oh.
Not
What
like there's a
happens-
fence up.
What happens to the young boys in the group?
Oh, yeah, that's a
they-
good question.
They are steered to be future husbands and future business leaders and prompt members of the community.
What is
Okay,
this?
okay.
What is this?
What-
wife
how do you-
thing?
if the
What
community
happens
is-
when they want to date girls in the group?
What's that?
What happens if they want to date
There's no-
girls in the
there is
group
no
and they're
dating.
teenagers?
It's either a courtship or all that is acceptable is a courtship, and a courtship is way different than dating. There's no touching, there's no kissing, there's no holding hands, there's no time to be alone with each other. It's all looked after. There's nothing intimate that happens until after marriage.
Okay. I'm kind of curious. If this place is sort of isolated, are the children taught how to like drive or
It's not
something?
isolated.
Oh, I asked you if it's isolated. You said like kind of. You said it's sort
I
of
mean,
isolated.
I mean, we're not in the city.
Yeah. Are you in the suburbs? Like, are you near town?
I mean, you can get to any major grocery store within 7 to 10 minutes of us.
Oh, okay, yeah. So like, when these people run away, how does that sort of work? Can they drive?
They don't run away.
Well, you said that there are a
Other
few that have run
communities
away.
they have, not in ours.
Oh, not in your. Okay, but communities like yours, they run away.
Yes.
How does this? I'm kind of curious how this works. So like, let's just say there is a woman who decides she just doesn't, like she just doesn't want to be a part of it. She's
Then
like,
they are
I really
disowned.
don't want to. Or there's like a.
We
Oh
do
yeah, so
not-
so do you guys like drop them off somewhere, or what happens?
No, if they decide that they don't want to follow the rules, or they want to leave, or something like that, they are exiled. We have no communication. They are not our children anymore. They are not our spouse.
But no, I understand. I understand that. I'm saying like, when they tell you this, presumably they're like on the compound of sorts. How do they leave? Like, do you guys drop them off? Do you get them a hotel or something? Like, what do you do?
No. If they
Yeah,
decide
like, so
they want to, if they decide they want to leave, they usually what would happen would be like they would like leave. They're cut off from the entire community.
Well, no, I know they would leave. I'm asking, how does that get? Like, do they walk off? Like, do they just get a sack and
How would
walk?
I know?
Like, how does that
They
work?
do something.
Well,
they're
I
not-
know they do something. I'm
not
asking you what
welcome.
they do.
Once they leave, if they decide to leave, they are not welcomed back.
I believe you. I'm not asking you about that. I'm asking, how do they leave? Do they get a sack and walk? Does someone drive them somewhere?
I have no
They get a bus
idea.
ticket?
It's irrelevant. However they leave, whatever it is they.
Well, I'm not so sure it's irrelevant because I'm not so sure if they leave.
Yeah, I mean, however they do it, they seek a new friend or whatever.
Yeah, but how do they get off the compound?
I mean, you can drive a car out of here. It's not there. I told you. Wow. You
Are
know.
women taught to drive and to read?
Yeah, women drive. Women read, of course.
Oh, okay, they're taught to drive and
Just
read.
a quick
Okay,
question.
Yeah.
Wait, I just wanted to know: is this 12 tribes?
Is this 12 tribes? No, we're one.
The community you're
one
talking
of-
about.
Yeah, all of us, even you,
I would assume that, right? You guys are conservative.
we're very, very conservative.
Okay, then why is the woman in the picture wearing red lipstick and makeup and a dress?
Because
At
they have to
15? That
be
seems odd.
appealing. They want to look appealing.
Oh. Wait, you want the 15-year-old to look appealing to you? Okay.
No, this
I
is
just wanted to be.
this is
I
their
wanted to be.
design.
What's his wife training that they have to do at
Oh.
11?
Okay. Okay.
Lear-
Wait, so
learning- learning how to
I'm kind
clean
of
the
curious. You said
home,
these women are
learning how
taught
to-
from like 11 to
how to be
15.
respectful.
So from
learning,
11 to 15, are they taught to like be desirable to men? They're taught to
Yes.
look desirable for this meeting.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you guys
Okay.
own
Who
Yellow
teaches them
Deli?
that?
What's that?
Do you own Yellow Deli? Does the,
Yellow Deli?
yeah, you know Yellow Deli?
No.
Oh, okay.
What is Yellow Deli?
Blinds? They're just the small like bakeries and homeopathic and convenience stores run by some 12 tribe members, like all over the country. 12 tribes
okay,
is like a. When he said we're all a part of the 12 tribes, that gave me my answer that this is a 12 tribes cult. And 12 tribes cult, I grew up very close to one. There were a lot of allegations of kidnappings, all their efforts of like deprogramming, things that they do. Yellow Deli is fucking delicious, so I'll give you guys that. Like, I don't like to, but there's a lot of concerns. Jerry Springer episode concerns with.
Well, no, I mean, I
12
don't
tribes.
want to throw around allegations. You know, maybe he's not part of the 12 tribes or something. Whatever this may be. I mean, maybe that's possible. It might just be a sort of offshoot of it. So let's not accuse him of things that he hasn't admitted. We don't
No,
want
I'm
to do
just
that.
saying, like, for the credibility of 12 tribes is worth Googling. But that's all I wanted to know, if he was 12 tribes. I won't go on anymore, actually. I'm good. Okay,
Okay,
bye,
yeah,
guys.
yeah. So like, I kind of want to ask more about this leaving thing. So like, you know, how do they leave? Like you said, people from other communities have left. How did they leave?
Just the same way you would leave wherever you're at right now. You would leave there, whether it be by
Oh yeah,
walking,
well, I would get in a
getting
car and drive.
or something like that.
Oh yeah, so like, did the women who want to leave have access to a car or something? Like, can they
Of
drive
course.
off?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So like, if they want to leave, they just get into a car and they drive away.
Yeah, they all have cars.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fantastic. Then that's good. That's good. I wanted to make sure that was fun.
Oh, we're not
Alright, cool, cool, cool.
we're not like a cult that you're thinking.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was just kind of curious. I did want to make sure.
Yeah, the women
so they,
drive so that
And they
can
all have licenses and things like that, right? They have licenses, so they can
Yes.
legally drive them. Okay,
Yes.
okay. So you make sure they get licenses.
My children have passports. We have passports. My wives. We travel the world.
Okay, okay, okay. I just wanted to make sure. I was just curious about that. Very curious.
Wait, but
How many wives do you have again?
why
Four
did you have
currently.
to count when I asked you how many kids you have?
Because I had to make sure that I wasn't wrong.
But
How
just
many do you
don't-
have?
You don't
How many
know.
do you have?
I have two that are expected in less than 2 or 3 months. Two children that will be born.
How many do you have?
23.
How long have you been in this? How long have you been in this community? If you don't mind
Since
me
I-
asking.
Since I was a child.
Oh, you've been in since
I
you were a
was
child.
born,
Okay,
born
okay.
into it.
Oh, okay. You were born into it. Okay, okay. So I'm kind of curious. What age did you get your first wife at?
At 21.
At 21. Okay, okay. So at 21, you got married to an 18-year-old. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. What age did you get your second wife?
29 or 30.
Okay, so at 30. What about the third?
Wait,
30
hold on. When did he say he got his first wife?
21.
At 21.
Well, how is that even possible? Because he said that his first wife is currently.
My first wife died.
Oh, my condolences.
Thank
You
you.
have 4 current wives, so you've had 5 in total.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So, okay, okay. And then your second or your third wife, you got when?
2010.
2010. How old were you?
I'm 52, so
37-ish.
yeah, well, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, and then your fourth wife, you got when?
2016.
Oh, so at around 42.
Yeah.
Okay, and then your fifth
That's
wife
it.
when?
No, this will be my fifth.
Oh, when did you get your okay, so you haven't gotten your fifth wife yet. And
Correct.
you're what now? 52?
I'm 52 now.
52 now? Okay. When are you gonna get your fifth wife?
When she's 18,
Which will be in how many years?
3 more years.
Oh, okay, okay. So you got married to an 18-year-old at 37, 42, 30, and you're getting married to another one at 55.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Up until 60, we can produce children.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. Uh, I don't know. It just seems odd to me because like 55 and 18. I mean, that's a large gap. I mean that's a really wide gap there.
Yeah. So
Um.
my daughter's 15. My youngest daughter is my oldest daughter is
Oh, your
14.
oldest daughter is 15.
My oldest daughter is 15.
Oh, so you're gonna be getting married to a
she
woman
just
your daughter's age.
she just met her future husband just August 9th, just less than
Oh.
a month ago,
Mm.
and he's
Oh.
he's he's 32 right now. He'll be 35 when she's married.
Oh. Okay. Okay. You're marrying a woman your daughter's age though. That's that's quite
I
interesting.
will be, yes, yeah.
That's a very interesting choice. Very interesting choice. I'm just kind of curious. Like this is odd to me. I mean, I don't understand why do you want to get married to someone your daughter's age?
So women, the most important duty a female can have is birthing children, and obviously, when a woman gets in her 40s, it's
Mm.
much less likely for her to produce a child than if she's 20.
So are these 18-year-olds looked more famous? Like the younger wives, they're treated better because of their reproductive abilities than the
No, we
40
can't.
year olds.
We can't pick and choose who we treat better. That's not acceptable.
Okay, okay. I'm also curious too, like your daughter. What if your daughter came up to you and she was like, "Dad, I really just don't want to get married to this guy."
Yeah. So then we would obviously teach her the importance of marrying the person that I chose for her.
Okay, what if she just doesn't get it? You know, she's just like,
Well,
you
so
know, I
that all starts from
understand.
that all starts from when they're a child. That's the parent's duty to be able to teach them the right way.
Oh yeah, I understand all that. I get that. It's your duty in that. I'm just curious. What if she just didn't want to? She was just like, you know, this guy. I mean, he's kind of
Yeah,
he has
so
a
I
weird
think
mustache or something.
if they were in like an outside world where they went to like public school or had friends that are not part of the community, then that may be happening more than we would think. But it's very very rare. You have to
I know, I
understand
understand that. I'm not saying
these
it's gonna happen.
these
I'm not saying your
children
daughter is like this.
these
I'm just
children
saying,
don't
what if she
communicate.
was?
These children don't communicate with the outside world. Very 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 very.
I believe you. I believe you. I'm not saying they do. I'm just saying, what if one of them was like this? Like your daughter was like this. I'm not saying she is. I'm not saying it's ever gonna happen. I'm
Yeah,
saying,
I
what if
mean,
she was?
there's always the possibility, and if it was an extreme thing where all of a sudden one of my children were to start to turn in a way that is not acceptable, we would disown them,
Uh,
um,
mm.
or they would get hypnotized, depending on which would work better.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So like, let's say you just decide to disown them in this instance, like the hypnotist. I don't know, he's on vacation, can't get there or something. Would you like give them a car and let them go, or how does that work?
No, wouldn't give them a car.
Oh, how would they leave?
However they wanted to. I mean, nobody's held hostage.
Well, yeah, yeah, I mean, obviously, they're not held hostage. I'm just saying, there are sort of.
Let me ask you: if you wanted to leave 105 miles from where you are right now, you would either take your car, you would walk, or you would
Mhm.
take public transportation. Correct or not?
Oh no, that's very true. I take my car. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so it's one of the three options.
Yeah, yeah. So they would either walk or take public transport. Is there public transport around you? I'm assuming that's what they would take then.
Yeah, they would either walk or take public transportation.
Oh yeah,
Or
but
if they
there's
own,
public
if they
transport.
own
There
a
is public
car,
transport around you, right? Well, yeah, I understand that. I'm asking you, is there public transport near you?
yes. We're 50
Oh,
miles
okay, yeah.
north
I
of
just
Los
want to.
Angeles.
Oh, okay. So you're around. Oh, you're in California. Okay, okay, okay. I was just very, very curious. Very curious. If your wife, someone in the comments wanted to ask. I guess I'll ask her though. Maybe you didn't see it. If your wife couldn't have kids, would you divorce her, or how would that, how would
If
that kind
could
of go?
not have kids,
Yeah, she was infertile.
we
Yeah.
would ask for God to intervene.
Oh yeah, I understand. Let's just say she wasn't having kids though. Like
Then
she's like
we would
40 now.
then that's where we would both kneel down and pray and ask for God to intervene.
No, I understand. I'm saying now she's like 40, had no kids.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, then they if once they become out of order, and they are no longer able to have children, I mean, they're still kept and cherished in the community.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I was just curious. I was just curious.
Can I ask a
What if
question?
one of them doesn't want to have kids?
Yeah, that's we've not come across that yet. All women
I know
want
you have. I'm not. I'm not
all
saying you have.
women, if they're taught right, want to have children.
Oh yeah, definitely. I totally. Yeah, sure. I'm just saying. Let's just say there's one. She was taught right and everything, but a couple of lessons just went over her head, and she just doesn't want to have kids. What do you guys do with her?
I mean, that we haven't seen that.
I know. I'm just asking. In the event it happens.
I can't speak for other members' households.
Not in yours. Let's just say it happened with you.
Yeah, it's not happened in mine. When
But I'm not. Look, I'm not saying it has. I'm not accusing your household of being the one household with a defective daughter of sorts. I'm not saying that. I'm just asking. What if it was the case?
yeah, then you have to sit down and see what where possibly the husband or somebody messed up. There are mistakes
Okay. Yeah.
that happen. You have to figure out how the mistake happened.
Yeah. Let's just say the reason she doesn't want to have kids is because she thinks it's really painful, and she just doesn't want to have kids for that
Well,
reason.
I mean, it may be painful for the moment, but for the joy that you get for the entire rest of your life.
Yeah. Let's just say she's consistent. She's just like, I understand it's gonna be really joyful and all that. I just really don't want to go through that pain, so I'm not gonna have kids.
It's the questions you're asking are like for people that are not in our community. This type of stuff doesn't happen.
I'm not saying it does. I'm just asking if it did.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, you agree it can happen. You don't think it's
then we
impossible.
would figure it out as it comes.
Yeah, so like walk me through your process then. You're figuring it out as it comes. Let's say one of your kids is like this. What would your first step be?
Until it happens, I'm not indulging in that.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine. Paris had a question.
Yeah, I think you said at some point that there was a courting process. Is that right?
So there's no dating, it's all courting.
Okay, and like just to be clear, the 40-year-olds court the 15-year-olds and prior the 11-year-olds, or
No, so they meet when they're 15 and the courting happens for a 2-week period of time after they're 18.
okay, they meet, and from the point at 15 where they meet until when they're 18 and the 2 weeks of dating afterwards, what does that look like?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
What does it look like in the period between when they're 15 and 18?
Well, so like in my daughter's case, the man that I chose for her also lost his wife just this last year, and he has become a member of our community. He's worked for me for 11 years. He's a very good man, and my daughter knows that is the man that I chose for her. but he may not be in line with the idea right now. So because he works for me, he will go. She will go and be his assistant at work, and she will be like his secretary, and hopefully there will be an interaction there where he will start to have a light for her or an eye for her, and when she turns 18, up through the next 3 years, we will be guiding him towards the fact that maybe this will be eventually a good wife for him, and he may uh, be resistant, and if so, then that's totally on him.
Okay. And what happened with your wives, like you personally, when they were 15 up to 18? How did that go?
Yeah, so some of the women I didn't meet until after they were 18.
Okay, so it's not always you.
Yeah, it's not always, of course.
But is there some of them that you met at 15?
Oh yeah, that one in the PFP is 15.
Yeah.
That's his current profile picture. His next wife.
Okay, and like, how do you like? You see her every day. You're her boss.
No, this
or-
girl lives 400 miles from us.
Oh, so you don't all live in the same community, like?
Yeah, no, we're throughout the entire U.S. Anybody that believes in polygamy and practices plural marriage, we're all a community throughout the United States, even throughout the world.
Okay, and like,
I'm
so
kind of
you-
curious. What exactly are you looking for to happen with your daughter and the man you want her to marry during this secretary job? What exactly is the light you're looking for there?
Well,
The light you want him to have for her?
hopefully he'll take an eye to her and not find a spouse in that time period. But if he does and he decides that he wants a second wife, then hopefully my daughter. Now, if that does not work out, there is a backup plan, but I'm not going to even get into that. The job now is for my daughter to start to be the one, be the grab his attention with his eye, and try to take the lead into securing this for her to eventually have him ask her to seek a courtship.
Okay, so I want to be very clear here. Your goal as the father here is to coach your daughter, 15, by the way, to catch this man's eye. He's 32, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
trying to. All right, what exactly are you going to have her do that? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I mean, she's 15, so she is partially developed as a young adult, even though she's not an adult. But I mean, I believe that by the time she's 18, there will be an attraction from him to her, and it may result in a marriage. It may not. Who knows?
Oh, and I don't mean to be crude here. Maybe you can stop me if I'm getting too crude. Your goal is to have her sort of
Entice him.
seduce him. Oh,
Yeah.
entice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so your goal is to have your daughter seduce or entice him.
Entice him.
Yeah. Using her partial development. That's your goal.
Using her future womanhood.
Yeah, but I mean, using her future womanhood. But she's gonna show this.
Using
Yeah,
her
she's gonna.
attributes that she is using her attributes that God has given her, as all females have. That men like.
Yeah. Oh, someone in the comments.
I'm going to
asked
get
what
into
you're talking
detail.
about.
You want if you don't understand, I think
No,
you
I think everyone understands. There is someone in chat though who just joined. He's curious. I'll tell him what we're talking about. Stop me if I'm saying anything inaccurate. This gentleman here has a daughter who's 15. He's picked a husband for her in the future when she turns 18. The husband is currently 32. But he's not really fully bought in yet. So his goal is to sort of get his daughter to entice him into wanting to marry her. And the way he's going to do this is by having her be in close proximity to her, by being her secretary, or being his secretary, being her secretary, or being his secretary. Is that about right?
Yes.
I wanted to make sure. Just wanted to make sure.
Have you encountered any sort of resistance, like at the state or local level, with this?
Yeah, we've been investigated by the FBI through sects of ours, and I said SECTS, not SEX. And we've been cleared of any questioning and stuff like that. We have complete and utmost, as I started to say, we are the men with the women of their wives are not about SMEX. It's about procreation. We do not engage in oral copulation or anything except through the, I'll say, birthing canal to be TikTok friendly.
Mm. Is there a particular agent that you're in contact with about your case?
No.
Or like a local department?
No.
Just a quick question. Why did you choose is the age of marrying 18 just because of the law? Because since if your daughter can already court or try to entice the man, why not do it earlier? Since
well, because we're gonna follow the law.
Okay, but if the law was different, like for example, if the law said like 15, or in certain state like it states that if there's parental like if the parent gives an okay, it's okay for them to marry prior to 18, like would that be acceptable?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
has anyone ever
15-year-old
has anyone ever
would be
done
able
that?
to marry.
No.
Okay.
No. Oh.
Yeah.
But it would
But
be
the age of
acceptable.
the age of consent in some states, actually in a lot of states in the union, is 16.
16, right? Right.
Yeah, and you can also get married at 16 in a lot of the states in the union. So, are you aware of any other sects that do that? You
Yeah,
guys are in
but
contact with?
we want to make sure that there's no question, so we wait till 18.
Oh, well, you live in California. The age of consent there is 18. You don't really have too much choice. Right.
Yeah.
So
Well, you said there's groups like all over the country, though. So, right? Didn't you say that?
Yes,
all over the world too. Yeah, he did say
Yeah.
all over the world as well. Yeah.
what's the purpose of having just like a whole bunch of kids? What's the purpose? Is it just like to
So
populate your?
we believe that prior to our existence, that we lived prior to Earth and with God, and there are many children that live with God right now, waiting to come to Earth, and we need to fulfill that promise by having as many children as possible.
Can I ask why so many of the wives unalive?
Yeah, it seems like a lot of
we
people's
have not
wives are
seen
dying.
we have not seen that in our community.
You did mention that to be the case.
Yeah, how did your first wife unalive? That's pretty bad medical
From
thing.
cancer.
Oh, that's
Do you-
unfortunate.
Do you have access to treatment? Like, do you accept other
what now?
treatment than praying to God?
Wait, say, do we accept treatment
Like
for
medical
cancer?
Like medication, like
Oh,
apart
yeah,
from
of
praying to
course.
God?
Yes, yeah.
Do you guys
Okay.
get vaccinated?
Oh yeah, it's like if you're
No, we did not get the C-19 vax.
No, I don't
Did
think she's
you get
talking about
any
just
other?
that. Like, do you guys get vaccinations for things like polio and stuff like that?
Whatever. So, like, when the C-19 happened, and I would like to elaborate to give you guys some information just so you're aware. When the C-19 happened, a lot of people, quote, went and got vaccinated and this and that. But when you look at, like, I'll include, like, the Amish community because they kept to themselves. We and the Amish community, like, we did not get the vax. We did not agree with it. We heard that there were some things in it that we did not agree with, so we did not get it. We lost 0 members. No, I don't want to say nobody got sick, but we lost 0 members.
understand that. We're just saying like different vaccines, not C19. Like
Yeah,
polio,
like
stuff like that.
now, like when the children see the doctor, I think there's almost 11 vaccines that they get.
Okay, I was just curious there.
Hmm.
And your wife, when she had cancer, unfortunately, she got chemo and things like that.
She had breast cancer and went through chemo, went through radiation. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my condolences. Breast cancer is
Give me just a moment, please. Wow.
So, like, what do you do if, like, you know, one of the 15-year-olds doesn't want to, like, proceed with this?
So I don't know if you were in here earlier, but if that was the case, which it's very very rare, they would be taught by the women on what the right thing to do is, and if there still was resistance, and a lot of times the biggest question is age, then they understand that we're here on this earth for a short time. If we live 100 years, we're lucky. For a lot of us, we live less than that. But this is not our entire existence. This is just a short time we're here on the planet of our entire eternity.
How is that lesson taught or explained? Like, if someone is, like, recalcitrant to it, right? You've given all the explanations, like...
He doesn't know, Kermit. I asked him that. He said he doesn't know because he's not the woman or the wife.
Yeah, so the women are the one that steer and gear the child into the quote. I'll say your words only because a lot of people say it, into the grooming aspect.
I have a question. What's these like wifely duties that they're taught at 11 years old?
How to cook, how to clean, how to mother the younger children, how to be a supportive wife, how to be respectful, be respected, stuff like that.
What do you mean?
Okay.
What do you mean respectful? As in, like respectful to the husband?
Respectful to everyone.
I have two quick questions. One, is there a sort of dowry situation going on, like the husband pays the father?
No.
No, nothing like that. Okay.
No.
And then the next question, what was it? Oh, how many kids on average do the wives have?
Between 4 to sometimes 10.
Between like 4 to 10. And when do they start having kids?
Right after marriage, hopefully.
Okay, so the sort of again, correct me if I'm wrong. The sort of way the process goes is starting at around age 11, she's taught how to be a wife. Meets her husband at 15 after around 4 years of training.
Meets their potential future husband at 15.
Yeah, potential future husband at 15. And then from 15 to 18, what happens again? I sort of forgot.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, from 15 to 18, so like from the time they meet their husband to the time they get married, what happens there?
Yeah, I mean so they still learn all the schooling and everything else, and they learn the responsibilities of what it will take to be a wife and a future mother and stuff like that. No different.
Are they usually in contact with their future husbands? Usually, are they in contact?
Some are. It depends on if they're in the same church or if
I
they're.
understand that. I know, like you, for instance, you're not in contact with the person in your profile picture, the girl there, because she's 400 miles away. But like, preferably, would you be in contact with her if she wasn't that far?
If they're local, otherwise there's really no need. Like even
so like if they're local, they'll typically be.
Give you an idea. Let's say that this girl lived in my same community. We would have interaction at church. It would be like a hello and stuff like that, and nothing more than that.
Oh, so they're not really going to be like so the typical situation isn't going to be like the situation with your daughter where she's going to be this guy's secretary. It's typically just going to be like you're around and in the same community and things like that.
Yeah, so the at 15 they meet their potential future husband, and then when they're 18 is when the courtship starts, and hopefully within a 2-week time or a period less, they get into marrying.
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
Now, like,
So the typical lifespan of one of these individuals is going to be something like at 11 they start their training, 15 they meet the potential future husband. From 15 to 18, there's not really much interaction, likely very little. Then at 18 they
there
get
are,
courted for
some
around
they're
2
not.
weeks. Yeah,
For some,
that's sort of contextual. Yeah. Then
yeah,
at
but
18 the
it's not,
courtship
there's
starts.
no dating, and if
Mhm.
you want to say courtship and you want to push that and say, oh, but there's a courtship, there is no interaction. If the male is on the younger side and he's like, say, 30 or 29 or 28, or
Yeah.
if he's a 19, 20-year-old and this is going to be his first wife, and that's what the father chose, then but they are never alone.
Okay, yeah. I wanted to be clear on that. So then courtship starts at 18. Within 2 weeks they get married, and then right after that they have kids.
Courtship
I am kind
starts
of curious too.
courtship starts at 18 if the
Yeah, at 18, yeah.
if the potential husband is like over 29.
Yeah, okay. I was just curious. So,
I mean,
and again, I am kind of curious
Hold on.
because
I need to ask a
Wait.
clarifying question. Hold on. So you said there's multiple sects across the country,
Yes.
and so you all are in contact with each other to like have like best practices and things.
Not really. I mean, we do have family reunions and stuff like that where we will get together. If we, obviously for family. But as far as like we do have things that we how do you say it? Like there's we do have yearly conferences and stuff like that through our leadership, where we will hear of things and stuff like that. But I mean, for the most part, it's all about our local congregation.
Yeah. Does any of like this courting happen at like these reunions or anything like that? Or like do people move across
No,
for, like, family reasons
the
or anything like that?
reunions are family based, so they're family based, and sometimes there's 2,000 or 3,000 people at these family reunions.
Oh wow. That's a big family. Do you have people moving like to be closer to your community for this?
No, they're either in the community or they're not.
do you know Albert Spriggs? Someone wanted to ask that.
Who's that? I don't know who that is.
Do you believe in
I don't know.
do you believe in corporal like discipline for children?
Oh,
you say
yeah, that's a good question.
Corporal?
Like, do you
Yeah,
believe in
corporal
like
punishment.
spare the rod, spoil the child type of
I
like?
don't
Yeah,
know what,
Proverbs
I
does
don't know
say
what
that.
corporal punishment is.
Like you
It just means like spanking,
Mhm.
things like that.
Yes, of course. Well, I mean, I want to be careful what I say, but we use traditional punishments that have been used for thousands of years.
Okay. Oh, I'm
Okay.
kind of curious because it does say in Proverbs, spare the rod, spoil the child. And you did call yourself a Christian earlier, even though I would disagree, but nonetheless, yes. I'm kind of curious. Children is disobedient. You spank them, I assume.
Like I said, I want to be careful the way I answer things. But we use traditions that we've used thousands of years.
Well, spanking is legal. It's not a crime to spank.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. If you want to be respectful and listen to what I just said, we use traditions that we've used for thousands of years.
Okay, I'll take that as a sort of cover. Yes, I'm kind of curious. I assume the husbands are the head of the household. This seems to be pretty obvious.
Yes, of course.
Okay, yeah. Are they allowed to punish their wives? Just a curiosity.
I mean, there's no need to ever punish your wife.
There's no need. So, like, no one's ever done it because none of the wives have disobeyed.
What
Like,
need would you? Yeah, I mean, what need would you need to punish your wife for?
she's disobedient.
Yeah, they're not disobedient though.
No, but like, what if they are? Let's just say there is a wife who is disobedient. Are you allowed to punish her?
It doesn't happen. Like you're asking like the very 0.00001%.
Okay.
Doesn't it?
How you would handle that situation? 'Cause I am
I've
curious.
never come across it. Do we have disagreements? Yes. But
Yeah,
do
what
we?
happens in an instance of disagreement? Like, what's something you and one of your wives have disagreed on, and how did you
Yeah, so
resolve
like
that?
you look at my profile name, it's the woman's duty to always tell the husband you're right.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. That's how that works. That's
I
interesting.
have a
What if she
question.
doesn't? What? Wait, have any of your wives ever told you that you're wrong?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay,
They
yeah.
have.
What
Yeah.
happened when that occurred?
Well, I look at if I am right or if I am wrong, and there have been times where I've been wrong, and I thank my wife for standing up and having the courage to speak out and speak the truth.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's sorry. Someone in the comments just said something funny there. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Uh, I guess that's a good thing.
I have
Yeah.
a
So,
question.
oh yeah,
Just
go
quickly.
ahead.
Earlier you said if the member is 28, they start courting at 18. Like, does that mean that sometimes
No,
they
so if a so like 29 or 30, they're gonna have a courtship from 15 to 18. But if it's like a 30, 32, 35 or older male, whether if they are married or if they are not married yet, and it's a 15-year-old, um, under the age of 30, there will be a courtship. Over the age of 30, it'll just be a non-courtship waiting to courtship after the age of 18.
And what does the courtship from like 15 to 18 look like?
So as I stated, I don't know if you were in here. So
No, I
what
don't think
what
it was.
two individuals will do is they want to seek a courtship. They may go out to dinner, but it will never be alone. It will be with two other people that are also in a courtship, or mother and father. They will never be alone. They'll never be behind a closed door.
Mhm.
Like they're never alone.
So basically dates, but with a chaperone.
No, dating is very different than courtship. Dating means there might be permissible touching, stuff like that. There's no kissing, there's no touching. The most it would ever be would be holding hands, a hug, stuff like that.
Okay, and
I have a,
last question.
oh yeah, go
Just
ahead.
like, is there like any like prominent member or a founder? Because I want to read on this stuff. Like, do you know the names of anyone that wrote about this?
That wrote about it?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
I have a question.
about your particular like version of Christianity.
Yeah, I mean we're just a Christian base that we believe that Jesus was the son of God, that he will return again.
Okay, and you just respect line for line the Bible, and
No,
there's
we
no one.
no. It's you don't even yeah. So not line for line.
No, not line for line, but you just respect the Bible basically.
Of course, we respect the Bible.
Oh wait, but you don't believe in the Bible line for line? That's
Correct.
interesting.
Do
Okay,
you believe
that's
there are
interesting.
other like
Wait, Ross, real quick, Ross. I'm kind of curious. Do you guys have children? Like, the children in your community work?
Some do, some don't. A lot of the younger men get into construction if they don't jump in with some of the fathers and help run the businesses. For the
Do they work
majority,
like before
the,
the age of 18?
yeah. So like in our community, if you're a husband and you're considered working for somebody else, you're not going to be able to financially support multiple wives. So we all encourage everybody to seek out and begin to own businesses or other financial opportunities which will make money so that you can have more than one wife.
Okay, I'm also kind of curious. Do some of these children work without pay, or do they work for pay? How does this work?
So
Before
we
18,
have a
obviously.
lot of volunteer stuff that happens um, through with the youth, for a lot of the community, and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah,
Hey,
that's
my
a very,
14-year-old son is really interested. How does he join?
uh, well, the parents would have to join, and then the kid would have to.
How do you join if you're like a
How do
maybe,
we
let's say
how do we
you're an
join?
adult?
How do
How do
me
you?
and my 14-year-old son join?
Your 14-year-old son wants to join?
Yeah, me and my 14-year-old son, we're sold.
You could message me, and I could depend on what state are you in.
This.
You're in Texas. I could refer you to a few places in Texas.
Go to.
That sounds.
Hey,
I'm
by
kind of
chance,
curious. You said,
are you interested in Freemasonry?
We do have some people that are in Freemasonry. Yes.
Nice. Yeah, I love those guys.
I'm not.
No, that is
And that
interesting.
dude is
That's
awesome.
really interesting.
I have a
I'm
question.
kind of
You're right.
Go ahead.
When you said that you only have sex for reproduction, does that mean like when a woman goes through menopause, or if for some reason like something happened and one of your wives had to get like a hysterectomy or something, would that mean you would never have sex with her again? Yeah.
So in our community, like I will have 2 nights with one wife at a time, and we will rotate. Every third night, it's a different wife. I have my own bedroom, and they come into my bedroom, and each wife has their own bedroom. That way, if they have a 2 or a 3-year-old child that wants to sleep with them in the bed at the time, they can, and stuff like that.
That's your kid too, right? Though.
Yes, of course. Yeah. But so it depends. I mean, if the woman, so there are times where you want to say a cat fight where the women are. I mean, I don't want to sound like a sexist, but where the women want their time with me, and they have to wait, 6-7 days.
I mean, who wouldn't want their time with you? I mean, look at you.
So,
they have to wait.
I'm a lot older now. But
how many days? How many days did they wait?
You'd be surprised, though. Believe me, you'd be surprised.
How many days? How many days did you say they might have to wait?
Sometimes they have to wait 6 or 7 days. It's 2 nights in a row with each wife.
You say 6, 7?
Yeah, sometimes they have to wait 6 or 7 days.
Wait, so.
All right, wait. I just wanted to finish answering the question. So regarding the hysterectomy or like menopause, like what happens then? If like you're only really supposed to be having intercourse for procreation.
Yeah, so we believe, so what I meant by that was there's no oral copulation, there's no
so you're saying there's only PV intercourse, basically, right? That's what you're saying?
What is PV?
PV, penis, vagina.
Yes.
Okay, but you can still have that even if there's no chance of procreation?
Well, I mean, any time that there is, quote, PV, it is in the hopes of procreating. It is never just for the enjoyment of SMEX, even though there is the desire for that.
Sure, but obviously, like once a woman has gone through menopause, or she, like let's say she had uterine cancer and she had to have a hysterectomy to save her life, would you then not be ever having sex with her again because she can no longer reproduce?
Well, up until I'm 60, there is the opportunity for SMEX. Once I am 60, that we're asked to not have SMEX anymore.
So you can't have sex for the rest of your life once you hit your 60th birthday?
Yeah, because he's expired, bro.
Yeah, correct.
60-year-old men can still reproduce.
Yes, but then I mean, there's also where the father is too old to raise the children.
Okay. So, but then,
so more importantly,
my question
I only have 8 years left.
My question about the hysterectomy and about like menopause for women doesn't really matter. Like you could still have sex with them until you're 60.
Yeah, I mean that may be the case.
Even though it's not going to result in procreation.
Yeah,
okay,
I mean we're still married.
Okay.
What if your daughter unfortunately what if your daughter unfortunately
you're muffled, whatever you're saying.
Sorry. What if your daughter unfortunately contracts same-sex attraction disorder?
So we believe that children are not born this way, that they are developed this way. and if you come from good stock, one of the things that when you are praying for a child, you ask the Lord and you pray that you will have a child that will make good decisions, that you will have a child that will be resistant to saying yes to sins of this world. You will have a child that will overcome bad decision makings and stuff like that. And this all starts with before before the female would even get pregnant.
What if whenever you said you only have like vagina penis sex, like what about feet? Like where do they fall in the mix?
What do you mean?
Feet involved in intercourse for you?
I don't even. What does that mean?
Get her wet if there's no feet involved.
How do you what?
How do you remain erect if there's no feet involved?
I have a question for also. So
what does feet have anything to do with it?
No, he's a strange guy. He's a strange guy.
So I have a question. So you said like you've been investigated by authorities. I assume like they talk to like the girls there on your campus as well.
No.
So just you?
No, not even me. I haven't even had contact with them. But
you said
how did the FBI clear
leaders?
Maybe I'm misremembering FBI policy here, but don't the parents have to consent for them to speak to the children?
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So how did the FBI clear you? I'm curious. What exactly did they do?
I was never even on the list or quote it needed to be investigated.
Well, I am kind of curious. Did any of the parents consent for the FBI to speak to their children?
Possibly. I mean, it's not. You're asking me as if I know about everything, every situation in our community.
No. I know you don't.
In 2016 or 17, it's been over 8 years. The FBI came in and questioned some of the things, and this may be because of there may have been something on television at some point in time, and so just to be cleared, they came in and asked some questions, and we're here and gone. Like,
I have another question real quick. So you said like you're Christian, but you don't believe like word for word the Bible. What don't you believe? And like, do you like read or teach your like children other like texts that are not like from the Bible?
Yeah, so we have other stuff that we also learn from. But the Bible, there are good and bad parts in the Bible.
So you teach them like the Bible is not like the Word of God and like not to be trusted.
No, I didn't say that. I mean, the Bible is words of man.
But you don't believe it's like
the Bible is words,
right?
The Bible consists of men that wrote down, like a daily diary or something like that about God, about Heavenly Father, about Jesus, about certain things. And it doesn't mean that every scripture in there is of good.
Okay, I have one question. Has anyone ever told you that you should unalive yourself? You're fucking disgusting and you should die.
Should, bro. Tight shit.
Okay, I'm sorry about her.
Who's that question?
I mean,
do you have any questions?
I'm in here to answer questions because there's a lot of people like her that think that we're bad people. But let me say this: we follow the law. We do everything. We support all laws, whether they're good or bad. Okay, we choose right over wrong. We choose living sin free. We don't indulge in modern desires.
I am kind of curious though, because you say you try to live sin free. Last time I checked, you're trying to entice men that you're not married to. That is sinful, is it not? Isn't that what you're encouraging your daughter to do? Trying to entice men. Yeah, trying to entice men that you're not married to is sinful.
Or is that the part of the Bible you don't believe in?
Yeah, is that part that you don't?
How's it sinful?
Oh, because it makes you an adulterer in accordance with Matthew, Sermon on the Mount. Any man who looks at a
Yeah,
woman
we
with
don't-
lust in his eyes is an adulterer.
Well, who said that there will be lust?
Oh, well, that's what I take enticing to mean.
Yeah, you said.
I mean, that may be your interpretation of it, but I mean, when you see a commercial on TV about food, are they not enticing you to go eat that food or something like that, or buy that clothing?
Yeah, like they make it so that when I look at the food, I want to go eat it.
Yeah, but
I
is
assume that you don't want him to look at your daughter and want her to eat her. I assume he's not a cannibal. So it
come on.
probably he looks at her and he wants to do what?
Have I been disrespectful to you?
No one said
Oh
that.
no, I said I assume he's not a. I said I assume he's not a cannibal. Like he doesn't want to look at your daughter and.
Have you ever?
I know that.
Do you think I would be choosing a man that would be a cannibal?
Well, to be clear, you did say that.
No, I said I'm sure he's not a cannibal. That was sort of tongue in cheek.
Answer questions, or I can drop down.
Well, to be clear, you did say that you would encourage her to use her assets that God gave her to entice her to catch his eye.
She's becoming a young female.
Right.
She's at the age of becoming a young female, where she is now being developed as a future adult female, meaning that her breasts are starting to develop and stuff like that.
Stop talking about that.
There are people
can we
that
not talk
start
about like 15-year-olds breast developing. That's gross. But you did say you would encourage her to use her quote unquote like attributes that God gave her to have like these men like get an eye for her. What does this mean to get an eye for her? So they'll want to be like
have men get an eye for her. I never said that.
No, he did say the husband specifically.
Said, like,
he did say that.
Husband, yes.
But I am just curious.
You said catch his eye or something like that.
Yeah. Just like what exactly do you want him to want to do with her once he sees the assets?
Yeah, well, it's all about marriage. Like we don't believe in a male looking at a female for the desire of smecks. We want males to look at a woman as how many babies can they produce.
So like a baby vending machine.
Wait, so I want to be clear.
You want to call it.
Don't want him. So like you don't want him to look at her and think to himself, lustful thoughts, like thoughts about sex and things like that. You want him to look at her and think, how many babies can I produce with her?
Yes, and how good of a mother she'll be.
Okay. Wanted to make sure. Yeah, I just want to make sure.
So like what would you do if, at 16 a girl said, I think I'm attracted to girls instead of boys. Like what would happen to her in your community?
That's where they would become hypnotized.
Hypnotized. So like what does that mean exactly?
They would go through a re-education being hypnotized.
So like do they get like put in a room with like
yes
a hypnotherapist?
Yes.
Like for however long it
as long as the parent consents.
Okay. So like how long do these hypnosis things take? Do you think?
They're probably a half hour to an hour session.
Okay. And what if like she comes out of the hypnosis and says, "Well, I still like girls"?
Well, I mean, some people can't be hypnotized, so we I mean, females are too like men, and there's somebody that's making a lot of noise in here.
Oh, sorry, that was me.
She likes the fidget.
Okay. That's me. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, this type of behavior is a learned behavior. It's not anything a child is born with.
So like, but what if she still says like, well, I still like girls and I don't like men?
Well, then we're gonna go through the hypnosis therapy.
So you just like keep going through it again and again.
Or at the age of 18, if they still stick around and they want to be like that, they're disowned.
So how do you guys make it, like, how do you, for example, make enough money to support 4 wives and 23 kids with 2 more on the way? Because that sounds like a lot of mouths to feed. Like,
we,
are you like secretly Mark Zuckerberg? Like, how do you make that
no,
money?
no. Money is not our passion. The only reason we seek money is to fulfill God's requirement of having as many children as possible. Otherwise,
Yeah, that's fair, but even you have to understand, especially living in California, I'm in California too, things are expensive, right? So even if you have two kids, it's a lot of money. So, like, how do you make enough to support 4 or 5 wives and 20 kids?
I have many commercial properties, and I also own a car dealership.
Okay, how did you, so you own many properties, were you like given a lot of wealth?
We sought after loans to start to acquire commercial properties, and then we were given those, and then we bought more properties and stuff like that.
I see.
Go
And
ahead.
and everybody in the community, like,
No, not everybody.
is
People
able
do
to make enough money to support
do
this
their
many
own
kids?
people do their own thing. If they don't want to make money, they're not required to. If they want to be poor, they can.
Does your whole family, like all your wives and children, do they all live in one house? Or is
Yes.
it like kind of like a compound type thing?
We have a compound, but the wives and the children stay in one house, and the elderly have another compound, have
Okay.
another house that they live. But we all join together for dinner.
Are there like a bunch of kids in one room? Because that's a lot. That'd be a big house.
No. The boys sleep in different rooms, and the girls sleep in different rooms.
Okay, so just
How
kind of
big?
like sharing
How
rooms.
big is your house? I am kind of curious. How many square feet? Because I
About
live in a very
6,000
large house.
About 6,000 square feet.
6,000 square. I mean, my house has 4 people, and it's larger than 6,000 square feet. And it's not a lot of. I mean, I don't mean to sound too spoiled, but it's not that much room. How are you fitting 23 people in 6,000 square feet?
Talking about your frat house, Saucy?
Do you guys
No, I'm talking about the house I
require-
like actually live in.
Do you guys require the
okay.
women to like wear certain like types of clothes?
Yeah. So when the females are asked to, when they are out in public, if they are, you've seen the way Amish dress and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We have what you may think of Sunday clothing as everyday clothing.
So like long skirts and stuff like
Yes.
that. Long skirts and like, do they have to like cover their hair or like wear their hair a certain way?
No, they don't.
Okay. So just like
In some parts of the country they do. Some of the wives do, but they're not required to. That's a personal choice.
is it basically like they have to cover up essentially?
Yes.
They cover their arms and their legs.
They have to cover their body so that they're not exposing their figure.
So like
Yo,
not like
can I, like,
tempting
ask,
Canadian
like,
men or
one
something
thing?
like that.
I just want to ask one thing. Can we like not refer to them as females? It's just weird. It just
That's what they are.
Okay,
It's-
wait. I have a
it's
question.
weird
It's
as
not
fuck.
right.
I'm
It's
gonna
not
say
the
it.
right audience for that.
What somebody said, don't refer to them as females. What else would you call them?
Women, but
Women or
it's okay.
children.
Women or girls, bro?
No,
Women or
females.
girls?
Humanizing.
Who
Fe-
colloquially
females.
calls them females? It's just fucking
It's
weird.
Chase. It's
Okay, Chase, chill out.
fruitless.
How is that weird?
You're right. You're
It's-
right. I have a question. How do you get like new members into your community?
It's very, very rare. A lot of it's passed down through family.
And how many families, like how many members do you think more or less you have? Because it sounds like if it's
when
small,
I
it
was
might be
when I was growing up, I attended family reunions in the 2,000 and 3,000 range, and when I became in my 30s, we had family reunions of 1,200. So it got smaller, and now as we are getting larger, I've attended family reunions where it's 4,000 or 5,000.
Okay, if every member has like several wives, that kind of sounds like there has to be like incest.
Yeah, we try to make sure that obviously doesn't happen.
Okay, and like, has that happened though?
Well, one thing, let me say this. We are all brothers and sisters. You are my sister. I am your brother. You may not believe that, but that is what we believe. Now, as far as direct family, marrying or dating or courtship, no, never. We uh, that is not encouraged, and it is not. It's not. I'm trying to think of the name of what it is. I can't think of it right offhand, but where family incest. There is no incest.
Someone in the comments asked
okay.
if you're like possibly part of the fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
No, Mormons are a separate religion.
Well, FLDS and Mormons actually don't really associate with each other.
Wait,
Those
what
are actually-
religion?
it looks like she is maybe of like a non-white race. Are you guys like open to marrying people of other races?
Yeah, well, somebody's got loud noise in here. Yeah, like I say, they're families from all over the world.
I see. So you're cool with interracial.
Yeah. So
marriage.
this family is I want to say a little bit Jordanian. It has some Jordanian in her.
Okay, that's interesting. All right.
Yeah.
You
So
know, the
it's
father of
it's of the. Let me clarify one thing here. So this future wife of mine was not anything I sought after. It's that the father, this girl's father, asked me if I would take her on and be her husband. So it's not a desire that I chose after. This was something that is
Old is this like future wife right now?
She's 15.
That's gross.
That's a
Holy
fucking
shit.
baby, bro. Yeah, like that's a kid, man.
So I had
Like, what are you talking about?
I had a question just to be clear. I think Saucy asked earlier, but in the case that the woman or the wife doesn't want to have intercourse with the husband, like she's not forced to do this, right? She just like excommunicated.
No, there would never. That would never be. Yeah, that's. We have to respect women.
She would just be excommunicated
No.
if she did. If she didn't want to, and she wasn't respectful to the husband and doing her.
Are you
quote,
saying?
wifely
Are you
duties.
saying? So let me clarify. So are you saying like on a Wednesday that the night was the wife was with the husband, she didn't want to do something, but on Thursday she did, or she?
Well, no, if it was her time to
Or
be
she-
fertile, and because like intercourse is only allowed during like when for the like process of or for the like for procreation, if this woman was to be like fertile and able to be procreated, I think it's a weird way to say it, but and she didn't want to do this, but the husband did, there would be no forcible like intercourse, right? She would just be excommunicated because she would be going against the
No.
principles of the religion.
No. There are times where my wives haven't wanted to do stuff because maybe they had a stressful day and whatnot, and they ask if another wife wants to step in, and that happens. But for the most part, when the wife tends to wait, 6 to 8 days, there's usually, I want to say 85% of the time, the wives do not want to give up their opportunity.
Also, one more question: is there any like brain or like not brain? You said you use like hypnosis for children
As a last resort.
So is like, do you use hypnosis and manipulation of the wives? Like, say they would want to leave, and would you like use like hypnosis and manipulation to keep them there?
Yes.
Oh, what?
Okay,
Wait,
that's interesting.
That's fucking.
I'm kind of curious. Wait, hold on. I'm kind of curious. So, let's say there's a man and he only has one wife currently. You know, he hasn't amassed enough assets to have multiple, as we went over earlier. And his wife is just not really interested in intercourse with him. I mean,
I don't know, maybe he smells bad or something. I don't know, for whatever reason, she doesn't want to sleep with him. Um, what exactly is he to do in this instance?
He's supposed to respect her wishes.
Yeah, good, good. So he's not allowed, it's not permissible to him to force himself on her or anything like that.
Well, let's take it a step further. Let's say that the wife says no 50 times in a row, and the man respects that. And let's say now the wife says, you know, I want a divorce, or I no longer want to be with you, or I don't want to have Smex anymore. If it's because the wife is getting older and that's what then no problem. If the wife is, say, 21 and that is the case, then they will undergo most likely some hypnotherapy. And if there's that still does not work and they won't they want a divorce, then there will be the acceptable for a divorce, and that's when the wives either choose to remain in the community or they want to exit out of the community. If they choose so to do so, they are allowed.
But what if she says, what if she says, I want to be in the community, and I also don't want to get a divorce. Like, I don't want to divorce you because I don't know, maybe she doesn't want to divorce you because you're rich or something. But she says, I'm just not going to sleep with you ever
Saucy, can
for
you
our
put that on
entire
pause
life.
for a second? Hold on, I only have a minute.
You're
Sorry,
saying
I only have a minute, but hold on, you're right. I have a question. My husband and I were recently married, and we've been looking for a Christ-focused community to raise our children in, and it sounds like you have a great community. We're also polyamorous, but it's very difficult to find polyamorous Christian couples where we're from. We're a little bit south of LA. Is the email in your bio?
We do not condone wife swapping or anything like that.
No, not wife swapping. He would like to have multiple wives, and I would like, other women to help me raise our children and raise other women's children with them. Is the email in your bio? If I send you an email, would you be able to give me some information about the group? Maybe I could join, be a part of the community.
Yeah, so if you're in Orange County, there's a group in Orange County.
I am in Orange County, yeah. Would you, if I send you an email, could you put me in touch with somebody from the group in Orange County?
Yes.
Okay, that would be lovely. And the email in your bio, that works, right?
I don't know if I have an email in my bio, but you can send me a message.
You do. The email in your bio, I can tell it's like Chris for Insurance or Curtis for Insurance at yahoo.com, something like that.
Yeah, you can email.
Okay, perfect. I'll send you an email. Thank you so much.
All right.
Question.
Absolutely, absolutely fantastic. We love to see stuff like that going on. And but to get back to my question, you're right. I'm kind of curious. So there's a woman, let's say she's like 18, she was just married, and she says to her husband, look, I want to be married to you because you're very wealthy or something like this. I don't know, maybe he has nice cars, nice house, something like that. But she's like, I will never consensually sleep with you. It's just never going to happen. Because I think you're ugly or whatever it may be. I don't know, just any reason. And the hypnosis doesn't work, and she refuses to get divorced. What exactly happens there?
Well, if they want to get a divorce and the hypnotherapy doesn't work, then they can either remain in the community and go amongst themselves, or I mean, people are free to come and go. I think you guys are misunderstanding. Nobody is held hostage.
She refuses to get a divorce. Like, she's not going to get a divorce because she wants to continue to be married. She just doesn't want to sleep with her husband.
Well, then that's her right.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. I was just curious.
Yeah, but I mean that's very, very. I mean that's very, very, very rare.
I'm confused because you said it's her right not to sleep with this guy. But earlier when I asked you, you said there'd be some kind of level of hypnosis, like, or do you like believe in hypnosis, like to maybe coerce, convince him or her to start sleeping with his wife, even if she doesn't want to?
Yeah, if they're of the age where they can birth children, then obviously yes, that's what they're supposed to be doing.
So wait, so just to be clear, the question I asked was, if like suddenly like she doesn't want to sleep with her husband anymore, you're saying there are, or you would employ like hypnosis and manipulation to get her to sleep with him again, correct?
I'm gonna have to step off in just a second. Yes, then we would engage in hypnosis.
Oh, and manipulation, correct?
I mean, manipulation.
Coercion.
It's not. Yeah, I mean, I think the word you're using makes it sound bad. It'd be like, you know,
Yeah, because that's against her. That would be against her consent if you're trying to coerce her to have intercourse.
So you're not what's the word? You know, there's an extreme. I think the word that you're using. So let me back up and say it like this: if the woman
but you did say you manipulate children and hypnotize them, and
Well,
I
he's a
asked you if
genius.
you also did this to adults, and you said yes. So in
Correct.
the case of like a woman who doesn't want to sleep with her husband anymore, you would employ these methods of coercion, manipulation, and hypnosis in order her to like do these
this hypnosis.
and like manipulation to get her to do this.
Yeah, but I do have to.
Women in your community and their wishes, right? How is it the case that it's respecting the women's wishes if the father's the one that's telling, middle-aged to older men, for their daughters to be married to them? Like, how is it the case that that's like respecting the wishes of the women? Because we tend to see respecting women as respecting consent, and obviously the child can't consent. So I'm not even entirely sure how that's respecting women if you're having 11 and 15-year-olds
because the child
set up
can't
for marriage.
consent. Yeah, because the child can't consent, the father chooses the future husband.
So it's not. Yeah. So how is that like respecting women at all? Because they're kind of being forced into a marriage because they can't consent, and then
Wait,
when they're
are they
18,
being forced? They're not being forced.
yeah, so when children can't consent, right, and their fathers are consenting for them to be married to older men, right? How is that respecting, women's, right to do anything because they're kind of being told that they have to marry somebody without
Who
choice?
wait, we don't have the right to do anything. Where did you just said the right to do anything? We don't have the right to do anything. There are laws.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, so I'm asking, how is it the case that you're respecting women?
But do you
if
see
you're
the way
putting them
you're
into-
looking
if
at
you're putting
things?
them, yeah, if you're putting them into a marriage before they can actually consent to a marriage?
Do you see the way you're looking at things? You said the right to do anything.
Yeah, I clarified, so just answer.
Yeah, but you just have to look at what the way you're thinking.
Yeah, I'm looking at the way I'm thinking, and it's probably entirely different from the way you're thinking. And here, in the cases that when we talk about like respecting women, you're kind of having them not consent to marriage and having their parents consent to their marriage, and when
they all
can't
consent. Yeah, marriage is a two-way contract.
Yeah, marriage is a two-way contract between two people, and not exactly like a child and an
a
adult.
covenant we make with God.
Yeah, so it's two people and an adult, I presume, because you're marrying them at 18. I'm just confused on how this is respecting like a woman's wishes if they're being told that they have to marry somebody despite maybe not even wanting to as a child and perhaps not wanting to at 18.
I don't know when you stepped in, but as I as I stated, if the female, the future bride, does not want to be with that person and they voice their opinion, then we will eventually respect that. They either have the opportunity, they either have the opportunity to marry that person or they don't. If they choose to not want to live that lifestyle, they're not required to.
And how do you decipher them wanting to versus them being coerced to through some sort of manipulation or some sort of like isolation in the community?
Well, the only isolation would be as if they chose to leave.
Well, when we're talking about like isolation, we're talking about the fact that this young girl probably only knows this community. So I'm unsure on how this can be deciphered from like coercion and manipulation and isolation versus respect. And I think something that, respectfully bothers me is that we talk about respecting women, and the language that you're using is really demeaning. And When you say females, I think that's really demeaning, especially when you're talking about men, you say men and not males. And so I think that's quite the demeaning language when you preach respecting women, respectfully.
Yeah, well, there are males and there are females.
So when we're talking about males and females, the language and the way you're using the language comes off as really demeaning and disrespectful. You're reducing them down to the sex that they are versus the people that they are. And when we refer to people, we usually refer to them as men or women, right? And not females.
No, you may choose to do that. We use the original stance of SMECs, the way they were born. We don't believe in this generation where men can become women.
That's not what I said, right? I'm talking about how you refer to women in general.
I've got to go. I've got to go. Thank you.
Bro, I wanted to ask him about the hypnosis, bro. We don't know what they do to them childs.
I know they take them
hypnosis
into a
mean
room with a
anything.
hypnotist, and they have them like I don't know what hypnotists do. They take them into a room with a hypnotist. That's what he said.
What the hell? Okay. That was wild.
I take it that some